All right, as we all know, Bank of Canada has increased the interest rate by 25 basis points. By working on the ground level, we're noticing that the market has started to slow down. In all fairness, summertime is traditionally slow for buying and selling activity regardless, but with this recent interest rate hike, the market has slowed down even more. And I think this trend of slower activity will continue for the rest of the summer, or maybe beyond that. We'll have to see how things pans out. So we're seeing a drop in these showing activities onto the properties. Secondly, sellers are not getting the price point what they want on the offer night because buyers are throwing in offers which are under the value of what the comparables are suggesting. So basically, there's a battle of back and forth going on between buyers and sellers. So in all grand scheme of things, let's understand what this recent interest rate hike actually means for you if you're a buyer or a seller in this market. So if you're a buyer who wants to get into the market in a couple of months from now, first you will definitely have more options to choose from. Secondly, you should be able to find better price as opposed to the price of spring this year. Unfortunately, the cost of borrowing has gone up since then, so it is kind of a trade-off. But good thing is you won't have to go through brutal bidding wars, which is nice. On the flip side, if you're a seller and you want to sell in this market, I would suggest if your situation allows to wait and hold onto the property, I would suggest doing that at least until fall of this year. But on the flip side, if you are in a situation where you have to sell, then I would suggest to price and market the properties very strategically. Because we're noticing the properties which are not priced well, basically the ones which are overpriced, are sitting onto the market for quite some time. On the other hand, the properties which are priced right as per the comparables are still moving. So now let's check out the numbers and see what they are indicating. So I'm going to focus on CO1 area, which is south of Bloor to north of Lake Ontario to east of Lansdowne to west of Yonge Street. So first we need to determine what type of market we are exactly in. And to determine that, we need to understand month of inventory. So month of inventory is basically the absorption rate. It's the rate the properties are being absorbed by the consumer. So if the month of inventory is between 1 to 3 months, then we are in a seller's market. If the month of inventory is between 4 to 6 months, then we are in a balanced market. And if the month of inventory is beyond 6 months, then we are in a buyer's market. So the month of inventory is calculated by dividing active listings by number of sales. So in the June of 2023, the active listings were 957 and the number of sales were 324. And if we divide that, so the month of inventory was sitting at 2.9 months of inventory. So technically we are still in the seller's market. I know it doesn't feel like it. It feels that we are leaning towards buyer market or at least balanced market. But I think going forward from now, especially with this interest rate hike, we'll head towards balanced market going forward. So now here's the benchmark prices since the beginning of January 2022 to June 2023. And if you compare the year over year prices, that is June 2022 to June 2023, the prices have more or less remained flat. And if you compare the sales volume between June 2022 to June 2023, so in June 2022, the sales volume was 310 and in June 23, it was 324. Days on market we're looking at in June 2022 is 18 and in June 23 is 17. And active listings have also more or less remained same. It's 973 in June 2022 and in 957 in June 2023. Now, if you're somebody who's trying to get into the market in a couple of months from now, then I think it's more relevant to check out what's happening month over month. So let's check that out. So here's the data since the beginning of this year. So if you notice, the prices have gone up consistently month over month since the month of February up till May. So the difference between the month of February to May 2023 is about $60,000. The prices went up about give and take $60,000. And we all know on the June 7th, the Bank of Canada increased the interest rate by 25 basis points. So that's why we can see some downward pressure over here. And recently, Bank of Canada again increased the interest rate by 25 basis points. So I think going forward, we will see more of a downward pressure. And I think the sales volume will be also less. So now let's compare the data between May 2023 to June 2023. So the number of sales in the month of May 2023 were 376. And in the month of June 2023, they were 324. Days on market we're looking at is 18. And in the month of June 2023, the days on market is 17. And the active listings, so this is interesting. So in the month of May 2023, the number of active listings were 787. And in the month of June 2023, the number of active listings increased to 957. So more listings are coming up into the market. That is what we are noticing. All right, so that was my quick market update. So if you have any questions about real estate, please feel free to book a call with me as per your convenient time. And please like, share, and subscribe. This really helps the channel. And thank you, and see you in the next video.